Rest in peace, Twitter. Is Twitter dead? I'm going to tell you why this is actually great news for you if you're actually using Twitter, and give you an idea of something that can make Twitter actually way better for you. So let's get into it. All right, since you stuck with me through the intro, I'm going to give you the how to enjoy Twitter right now rather than waiting for the end of the video. So what you need to do is block companies that are showing you ads. I didn't believe this worked, but now I've been doing it for a couple months and I literally don't see ads anymore. Now I'm outside of the US, so maybe the ad pool is smaller. I'm in Costa Rica, so maybe that ad pool of people who are advertising on Twitter in Costa Rica is a lot smaller, but I'm telling you, I don't even see ads. I'm searching hashtag ads just to see if I find one. I've been scrolling for like 10 minutes trying to find an ad. I never see ads on my feed. So let's see where I got Geek Crunch reviews here. Say this was an ad. All I do is I click on the three dots, go down and click block Geek Crunch, and boom. If that was an ad, I'm never going to see obviously them again. And Twitter wants me on the platform. It wants you on the platform. So if you start blocking all these ads, man, they're going to show you less and less ads. And you're going to get to the point like me right now. I see no ads on Twitter. So how did this rest in peace Twitter thing all begin? Tech CEO says Twitter needs to go all in on subscriptions. Now, this then got moved and morphed into Twitter basically wants to charge people like for Netflix. Okay. And obviously that ain't happening. Like, Twitter is not valuable enough for most of us who use Twitter to actually pay for this service. Like, it is not that good. So let's be clear right there. Jack, your service isn't good enough to pay for. Okay, period. Full stop. But we all do like Twitter. Twitter's entertaining and can be a good way to network and meet new people. But it is certainly does not have the value proposition that like a Netflix does, where you're going to pay an amount per month to use Twitter. That's never going to happen. So this is what Jack had to say. The first thing we want to focus on is that economic incentive to people who are contributing to Twitter. That's great. I'd like to be paid to do tweets as well. It's not going to really happen, but they're trying to move in this direction of what other platforms are doing. But I'm going to tell you right now, the real reason Jack did this is right here. Stock price. The moment he made this news, this announcement that Twitter's going to go to some sort of subscription model, guess what happened to the stock price? It was hovering around $72 and it jumped to $78. That's the real reason this was put out. This was put out to give Wall Street an idea of a direction that Twitter thinks it wants to go. Twitter has no idea how they're going to actually do this, what model's going to work. Are people going to pay to read tweets? Zero chance. People are going to pay to read tweets. There's zero chance. Nobody's going to pay to read tweets. If Twitter somehow was like, oh, wait, let's go to like a OnlyFans model. If they bought OnlyFans and integrated it into Twitter, boy, then you got something. But are they willing to dive into those waters? No way. Twitter, no way. Twitter's all about censorship. Twitter's not interested in getting into risque content. It's never going to happen. But they have no idea what they're doing. They just did this, get a stock bump, give a general direction, but they have no idea how this is going to work in practice. They're just putting this out for Wall Street because they know that Wall Street is in love with the subscription models. And if Twitter goes to subscription, wow, this is going to be fantastic. Problem is, basically zero people would pay for that. So this all popped on Twitter. And of course, Twitter went crazy with it. RIP, rest in peace, Twitter hashtag started trending and is still trending right now in the US. People are like, oh, Twitter's done. Oh, Twitter's done. Of course, nobody who's tweeting this actually understands what they're doing. They think Twitter's going to go to a full-on subscription model. That is never going to happen. And that the thing that pisses people off the most who are actually on Twitter and using Twitter, they're not doing the one fix on the platform that is so easy to do, mostly everybody wants, and would make people who use Twitter happy with it. And that is simply the ability to edit your tweets. It's so simple. Like, everybody understands this is something that could happen today, and they're not doing it. So what options do you have if you're on Twitter and you make a mistake in a tweet? Your only option is delete the tweet. And that's stupid. Because then what am I going to? I'm going to retweet it or do it again. You should be able to edit your tweets. I don't know why you can't edit your tweets. If you agree with me and you think you should be able to edit your tweets, hit a like down below. Appreciate that. And of course, everybody can follow me on Twitter. I'll leave my Twitter Link down below in the comments. #RIP Twitter.